Hi, everyone. It's John here, and I just want to answer a question. Somebody wrote in, and I get questions all the time about how to get started in field inspections. What does it take to become a field inspector? Where do you find the work? Is it, is there work in my area and stuff? So I want to walk you through the process so you can kind of see how I look at a locator. In fact, field inspections is a source of income or a possibility for you to kind of start your own field inspection business. So let me go ahead and switch over to a screen here. Hello, John. 2 months ago, I stumbled across the idea of becoming field inspector when I searched how to make $200 per day. I became so interested, I bought an ebook. It was somewhat informative, I thought, but I really wasn't able to get started. Hopefully, that wasn't my ebook. I know that there's some other folks who put out ebooks, and mine at least gives you some of the foundation. But anyways, I finally found a company that seemed to be interested in getting me started. I did all that they asked me to do. They sent me a set of keys and a badge, but I've not received the first job. I don't mind spending the $27 if it'll help me actually get some work. I would love to have all this as a full-time career. I live in High Point, North Carolina. I don't know if this area would even produce the work that would make it possible. I am very eager. Can you offer some direction? Well, Larry, so I actually didn't know exactly where High Point, North Carolina was, but I wanted to kind of at least take a look and see the area, and kind of get a feel for your neighborhood and stuff like that. So if we go to Google Maps, of course, which is one of the big things I talk about in my course is all the different Google applications. I I'm big about using Google Mail to communicate, Google Calendar for setting reminders, and then the reminders different times. If you put in the address for the your appointment for when you are headed out to inspection, um, you can of course see real-time traffic in Google Maps before you leave the house, and of course like once you have it set on your calendar for a reminder to your smartphone, you can get your smartphone to navigate via GPS as soon as the appointment comes up. It's taking a while to load the map for some reason. Let's see if we can. I'm gonna see if there's maybe something I can do to correct that. Okay, there we go. It's loading. Some kind of snag, it says. Well, hopefully we'll work around that. Let's give it a shot. So High Point, Carolina. Okay, so it comes up. And from what I see, you're not too far from Greensboro, which isn't a huge town, I know, but also I see that you're kind of within what my understanding is the Tech Triangle there in North Carolina. Whoops, I'm not going to go out too much. Charlotte, Greensboro, Chapel Hill, Raleigh, Durham. Um, that's my understanding of what's kind of considered the research triangle and stuff like that in that area. So I know that that's an attractive part. One of the things I would do if folks are not from that area or wherever you are is to go to marcusmillichap.com and look under research, and you'll basically see these reports. And so I picked the closest city is Charlotte. That's about let's see, between you and Charlotte, about an hour and a half away, which is a good distance. But we'll talk a little bit more about that in a second. Um, if you're by a pretty significant city where Marcus Millichap is tracking it, here's what you'll notice that like there's all these different reports, right? And if you just open up any of the reports, if there's like a significant number of um, buildings, that kind of gives you a sense of like how much demand there is for commercial inspections. And I know, like we said, that Charlotte is a good distance away and stuff like that. But the fact that Marcus Millichap is even tracking it means that it's pretty significant. It means that they have an office there, that there's, properties that are being managed, and also, you know, different loans are being, placed on. And you see that there's several different types of properties. Apartments, as I talked about, is often, about 80% of the different inspections you'll be doing. Office is another good chunk, 10% or so, and then the rest are like kind of retail and hospitality, self-storage. Not as many of those that you'll be inspecting, but that's some of the other types of properties. So that just gives you a sense, And again, the site is Marcus Millichap. They're a commercial broker, and there's several commercial brokers, but they're definitely the ones that like have the most useful reports. And in my training, we talk about how to use the information in those reports for writing up your own um, when you do the write-ups for the inspections. So that's overall how I would assess that. Um, there's other considerations, but I just wanted, like I said, give a sense that folks can also look for, like, whatever part of the country they're at. So let's say you're from somewhere in the Midwest. Um, they do have these divided by regions and stuff, but then you can kind of see, like, there's several cities, and again, these are pretty big metropolitan areas. And then within, other than that, then there's some that don't have cities that are nearly as big, but then they have coverage because as a state and stuff like that. You can kind of have a look. But overall, what I'd say too is that generally speaking, if there's a significant amount of commercial buildings in the area, then there's pretty good amount of work for that type of inspections. Overall, the other thing is that, like, as Richard Law of Sophie talks about, is that there's many different types of reports. I'm going to put some links. You can contact me for the. There's one report that talks about all the different types of inspections that there are. There's a directory of companies to sign up with and stuff, and I offer that different times as part of the training. It's not part of the $27. In fact, the cost of our training is going to be going up. I think, Larry, you recently subscribed, so congratulations on taking your first steps and being a field inspector. But I just wanted to make a video that kind of talks about some of these different things that people ask all the time, um, and just kind of go back. Right now, we're still at $27. I'm definitely planning to kind of up the price pretty soon. We've kind of been doing the test period for this to kind of see, like, if there's any bugs that we want to work out and stuff. I definitely welcome folks if they have any questions. This is actually training that we used to sell for about $200, but because now we're not doing the live training as much, we're going to basically be just using these recordings and stuff. That then, we'll periodically maybe have some live training just to do updates and stuff. But a lot of it, there's not much that changes. So we're just going to have the price go up, like I said, probably about $47. And then, once we close out this testing period to try things out. And, like I said, if you have any questions, you can leave a message here or contact me directly at fieldrep101 at gmail.com. And that would be it. So, thanks for joining us for this. And if you have any questions, like I said, just contact me either at the site or leave a message on this video, or you can contact me at fieldrep101 at gmail.com.